Let's quickly talk about the process of coming to the UK, or even if you're already in the UK, or you know somebody who is coming to the UK or is in the UK as a student on a student visa, or even if they are the dependents of someone on a student visa and they're pregnant, planning to get pregnant, or anything that has to do with pregnancy. You may even be preparing, maybe because you just got married and you're thinking, what if I travel to the UK and I become pregnant while my husband is either the student or myself, I'm the student? What am I going to do? I know this can be a very stressful situation, because I remember when I came to the UK, initially I was supposed to come with my pregnancy, which was the pregnancy of my last daughter, but because I did not have the proper information, I did not have the appropriate information, my employer took advantage of me. Even when they were not asking me, I was the one asking them, can I come because I'm pregnant, I'm 6 weeks pregnant, I'm 5 weeks pregnant, can I come, can I come, can I? And I kept disturbing them until they eventually sent a mail one day and said, it's okay, can you kindly just have your baby before you come? I'm going to tell you that it is not the thing to be done. Like, if you're pregnant, you are supposed to be able to travel to the UK as long as your pregnancy is not too advanced that the airline will not allow you to fly. So your pregnancy should not affect your ability to come and study in the UK for whatever reason. Pregnancy should not affect you even if you're already in the UK on a student visa, or your partner is studying, your husband is studying, and you're the one who is a dependent on a student visa and you're worried. It shouldn't affect you. Even if you're coming to work in the UK on a tier 2 visa, pregnancy should not affect you. Pregnancy is one of the things that is taken very seriously in the UK. They try to be very fair. Every woman, they try to treat you equally. They don't want to dismiss you out of your work because you're pregnant. They don't want to be like favor somebody else because you're pregnant and then say you cannot take a job. Your pregnancy should not stop you from getting a job, getting admission, getting visa, coming to work in the UK, as long as your pregnancy is not going to affect your job. As long as you're strong enough to study, you're strong enough to work, you're strong enough to do most of the things at least that every other person can do, and your job will not be affected a lot by you being pregnant. So I want you to know that your pregnancy is fine. You can come with your pregnancy. You can come into the UK and get pregnant. Even if you're not pregnant now, you don't know, one day you may decide to start a family, or go and check and see. Maybe there's nothing God cannot do. You may be pregnant already that you don't know. So what I'm trying to say is, don't allow that to freak you out. Don't allow that to scare you, because you're good. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you everything that you need to know. Yeah, you've got your admission or you're already studying. One thing I want you to note, that I want you to keep in mind, is you're welcoming a baby, or even if you've got another child before, remember that this is another child. This is a new baby. You're adding another baby to your family. So one thing the UK government will want you to be sure of is, even when you're taking an apartment, your accommodation, and maybe after you've settled down, you want to make sure you get an accommodation that to be able to accommodate you and the new baby, because a social worker will come, or a nurse, somebody that is going to be assigned to you after they've discovered that you're pregnant and you're expecting the baby towards your maybe 6 months, 7 months before you have your baby. They will come to check your accommodation to make sure that where you have, or where the baby will be welcomed to, is going to be conducive for the baby. It is very important. So you don't have this issue of you moving into a one room and then you discover you're pregnant and you're having to move again. So make sure you have this at the back of your mind, that you want to have enough accommodation to accommodate your baby, because not only will they ask you, they will come and check. But let's assume that you did not know you're going to be pregnant and you're already in the UK. It's okay, just make sure you sort out your accommodation. And then when you come into the UK, the things that are actually important that I've got questions about is if your visa will be affected. Your visa will not be affected, and your baby will not need to apply for any visa to remain in the UK if the child is born in the UK at the time of birth. You're in the UK, you don't need to apply for visa for that child, except you're taking the child out of the UK and you're bringing the child back. So let's say you have, of course, I want you to know that for the fact that you have a baby in the UK does not make the child an automatic citizen like you have in Canada or in the US. Other children, they will just become automatic citizen. But in the UK, it takes years. The child will not become an automatic citizen, but you don't need to apply for visa because the child is already in the UK anyway. You don't need to apply for the visa, for any visa for the child to be in the UK, as long as you're not taking the child outside. But over some years, you will need to apply for the child to have their their citizenship and the rest of it. But you can travel. But if you're going to come back into the country, the child will then need to apply for visa. And if you have a baby that is whatever age, for you to enter the UK with the child, of course, they need visa. So once the child exits the country, to get back into the country, they will need a visa, because there's nothing to show that, they will just need a document to say, yes, this child is coming to the UK, and then you will now have to apply for the visa. The moment you discover that you're pregnant, pregnancy takes some time, and you don't know how soon your baby will arrive. So what I would advise you is to please register closest to you. I always tell everybody, once you get into the UK, the first thing you want to do, or even into any country, because you don't know what will happen, is to find a GP, general practice, close to you. Every council, every area, every town has a small general practice where doctors, nurses, they just treat it as a day outpatient medical service where you can go get medical treatment, and if you need referral, you'll be referred. So go there free of charge. I don't know if you're in England, maybe you need to pay something a little bit for maybe your prescription, but in Scotland and some other parts of the UK, it's free. You go there, go with your passport, go with your visa, which is your BRP card, and go with maybe your council tax or anything that has a bill and your address on it. Go there and register to just access service. Everybody, once you come into the UK, go and register yourself at your GP practice, because you can be unwell at any time, okay? So go register yourself and let them know that you're pregnant. So the moment they know that you're pregnant, they've confirmed, they will now assign you to a midwife. So a midwife is now going to be the one that will be taking care of you, because they're specialized in taking care of mother and baby throughout your pregnancy. They will be there for you. They'll be there to advise you. You'll have their contact. They will guide you through everything, through your antenatal, and you don't need to pay anything. Apart from the fact that you have paid your immigration health surcharge, even though nurses presently are not paying immigration health surcharge, students are still required to pay immigration health surcharge. So apart from the fact that your immigration health surcharge covers your medical bill, as a pregnant woman, you have access to free health in the UK. You can access maternity, you can access antenatal, you can access services that you need, your scans, your medications, your immunizations, everything within the time that you're pregnant. Apart from the fact that you have already paid your immigration health surcharge, which will also cover you to access health. But the things that are not going to be covered is going to be those dental things and those things that are not actually relating to, emergency health, or those cosmetic surgeries and things that are not health related may not be covered. But as long as you're pregnant and you've told your midwife will issue you a certificate that has a number, and that number is going to allow you to have access to free treatment. Apart from the fact that you have the immigration health surcharge thing that will cover you. So you're not going to pay for delivery, you're not going to pay for antenatal, you're not going to pay for anything. You're not going to pay at all. As far as I know, you're not going to pay. It is free to have your baby, even if it is cesarean section. They'll tell you what to do, everything. That is all covered. But one thing I will advise you, or I want you to notice, once the child is born, you need to register the child. Register the child. They will tell you how to register the child, just like getting your birth certificate. For you to be able to get your birth certificate, you need to register your child. So once you register your child, they will issue you a birth certificate, and that is also, maybe you're going to be charged for some pound, £15 or more or less, not a lot. It's not up to £50 just for you to register your child, to say that the child is in the UK for the sake of census, and they will keep monitoring that child. Even my daughter that is 3 years, they still come to my house to give her immunization, to check her growth, to monitor how she's doing. So they'll keep monitoring how your child is faring, check that the child is meeting milestones. If they want you to come into the clinic, they will advise you to come. And then for those who may be coming to the UK, don't have your partner or you have a partner that is not actually ready to assist you, or is not even able to assist you to take care of that child. Having children is a big responsibility. One other advantage you will have is you being able to invite your family. Although you know that if you're going to be inviting someone, it is expected that you're already in the UK and you stayed for some months. But if you discover that you're pregnant, you're about maybe 6 months pregnant, I don't know, you're way gone and you're about to come into the UK, or you've managed to get into the UK without your airline stopping you, and you know that you're not going to manage childcare, you can actually bring your parents, your mother-in-law, someone who is older, someone who can help you care for your child, as long as they meet all the visitor visas requirement, plus you will need a letter from your midwife stating that you're pregnant and you need help, and it's called M15. You need that form, you need that letter to attach it to your invitation letter that you're going to send to that person to apply for their visa, or during your visa application in general. And of course, you want your relative that is coming to have a tie back home, to say they have maybe landed property, they have houses, they have business, they have maybe even their husband, or they have someone at home that they will go back to, financial evidence to show that you can take care of them, and they, even if you cannot, they will be able to take care of themselves and cover all your expenses for them. Calculate how many months they will be staying and how much you think they will need. Have accommodation that is enough for them. Let your landlord know that you're inviting someone, and your landlord will issue you a letter, because I got it for my mom when my mom was coming. But they will issue you a letter to say, yes, you are allowed to accommodate this person in your building. Once you've gathered all these things, and most importantly, the M15. Even if you've just gotten into the UK for 2 weeks and you want your family to come, not just you, maybe your younger brother or somebody, someone that can take care of your child, and there's good evidence, good ties back home that they will go back home, maybe even if there are return tickets, everything to show that they will definitely leave before 6 months. They should be able to get their visitor visa to help you. But like I always say, childcare, bringing your parents in or your family in for childcare, is not the best option. It is just a temporary option. So you need to imagine or think of how you're going to sort out your childcare after the child is born. And one thing I want you to also notice, as a student, you're not going to be giving maternity leave. You don't have maternity benefit, like, when you're working, that you have maybe 6 months paid maternity leave, or even 1 year, some month unpaid, and then you can take time off school. The school may not allow you to take any time off, because they expect you to be able to manage your situation with your school. I don't know why, but the thing is, they may not allow you to defer your academic. They may not allow you to adjust anything. The maximum they can give you, most schools will give you maybe 2 weeks. 2 weeks after childbirth to just take care of your child. And one thing I want you to also note is, this also applies to, God forbid, if maybe you've got stillbirth, you had a child and you lost the child. All this also applies to you. Or even if high risk pregnancy, so many things, they will make sure they take good care of you, but you may not have time to go off and take care of your child like 3 months, 6 months. The school may not allow you, will not even allow you. Maximum they can do is maybe give you 2 weeks, and that 2 weeks you need to have informed your school, your dean, your program coordinator. Tell them you're pregnant, and you see, they may understand, and then give you 2 weeks to just go take care of yourself, at least to recover. Even if you've had C-section, they still expect you to meet up to your education requirement. I know it is a bit difficult, but at least if you have a partner that will be able to help you, come and stay with you even by the time you're pregnant, if you're unwell, and even support you, that will be very good. It doesn't matter whether you're pregnant or you're not pregnant. It will not affect you. I'm saying this because in Dubai, if you're not married, you're not allowed to be pregnant. Even if you're pregnant, you're allowed to be pregnant, but the government should not know that you're pregnant. For instance, we always say then that if you're pregnant and you're not married, but please don't faint, because if you faint and they take you to the hospital in Dubai and they discover that you're not married, it is a crime. They may even deport you, or I don't know. It's crazy, but in the UK, even if you're not married, it's fine. You can be pregnant as long as your pregnancy will not affect your school and it will not affect your regular routine in school, and you'll be able to meet up with your education requirement and standard. And then one other thing you need to also have in mind is that so many airlines, once you're 7 months and above, will not allow you to fly because of the risk associated with you falling into labor in the plane. But I've seen people who also still travel with very, very advanced pregnancy, if you can hide it well, or if they don't care. So that is just the only concern you may have. Just make sure you put everything right and be prepared for all the stress that comes with having babies. I hope this video has helped you. I just want to put your mind at rest for you to understand that pregnancy is not a disease, it is a blessing, and the government understand that a woman should not be sidelined because she's trying to create another life. So they usually take good care of you. Although I've heard one of my family had a baby here and she didn't have good experience with her midwife, the one that had delivered her baby, but most of the time, 80 out of 100%, you'll meet lovely people that will guide you through the process. They will take good care of you, and it is free. So Why not if you have the chance? And over time, the child can become a citizen, just that it is not an automatic citizenship, but it is still worth it for whatever it is, okay? I hope this video has helped you. I just thought I should come do this video to help someone, and I hope this video is helpful. If it has, please kindly share, like, subscribe, click on the notification bell, and watch out for more videos. If you have any question, kindly drop it in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in another video. Until then, please stay safe, stay positive, and everything will be fine. Thank you so much. I will see you later. Bye.